All right,
Okay.
guys, we're in some post game now. How y'all feeling?
Relieved?
Yeah.
Happy?
Dirty. Yeah.
Dirty.
So I think what at least what I was thinking was that was way too easy. Uh, like we were expecting the other foot to drop there.
So
Yeah.
there were definitely places for that to drop. Um, had you opened the boxes, you would have had a hungry vampire trying to eat you.
Yeah.
Kind of figured that.
So that was a place for things to go horribly wrong. Um, but you were smart and did the runner thing, and you were told not to look in the box, so you didn't look in the box.
I mean, we've all seen Transporter, right?
Never look in the package.
Yeah.
I was asked on the downtime if I changed it to vampires. I did not. It was always vampires.
Oh, so we called it.
In a roundabout way, yes.
Yay.
Um, do you guys have any questions? Anything at all?
Oh, we could have gone to a bar. Nice.
Um, is there anything obvious where we did something wrong or
Um,
fucked up?
not really. There were a lot of different ways that it could have played out. It could have been a straight out assault, which would have been super messy. It could have been a a more social oriented infiltration where you guys snuck in, and I guess that's a more stealth based infiltration where you guys could have snuck in, rummaged the one of the previous times I ran this run. They snuck into the place, rummaged through, found the three packages, and then were very like, all right, how are we going to figure out which one it actually is? And they ended up only taking the one, um, because they were able to find information on site, and I gave them slightly different information than what I gave you guys, as per the avenues that they were choosing, to let them be able to identify it. Um, the way you guys did it was pretty clean. You made them do all the heavy work for you, except for lifting it. Um, there are certain other things that are in effect and in play, and you guys did not fall for any of the jangly keys. That is thumbs up for that one.
What could we have fallen for?
There was a Mr. Tanaka that was
Yeah.
there. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, he's still there, and he may or may not come up in some fashion. But you guys didn't try. Like, you got his information, which is just a very much like, okay, now we know who specifically this is. There was a large troll there that was another jangly key. Could have spooked you guys. Could have done any number of things, but you guys stayed away from that, which is good. Um, you guys had a plan when you decided on it, and you executed. You stuck to it. You didn't deviate, which is good. Um, the I will need to give it a little bit of a think on what exactly is going to happen, because when you called up your dock wagon, Johnson, if you
Mm-hmm.
scroll up, you will see, not Johnson, contact, sorry. You will scroll up and see that I rolled 4 dice.
Yeah.
Do you want to guess what those 4 dice were?
Bad
Probably him.
luck.
Loyalty.
That those four
Loyalty or
dice
something.
were a loyalty test.
Shit, he doesn't like me that much.
It's not
Well,
that he doesn't like you. It's that maybe he thinks you're in over your head and wants to investigate that. Maybe he will keep an ear to the ground to see if anybody's selling vampires recently. Because let's be honest, you weren't exactly covert in your
Hey,
question.
I said I might have seen a vampire. I didn't say there was a vampire.
Right.
I
It was
mean,
very much so like, yeah, I'm probably got a vampire on top of me.
Yeah.
oh, but we might get screwed if that vampire goes out and starts spreading the infection, and this guy is dock wagoning the people.
If that happens, I'm totally down for hunting him down.
yeah, I mean, I didn't say I had him. I just said I saw a vampire and thought about
Oh, I meant
catching
the
him.
vampire, not the dock wagon guy.
No, yeah, I'm totally down for hunting vampires.
So
So
if we took another contract to hunt that vampire, that wouldn't be in any way problematic. It would be a different engagement.
not as far as your rep is concerned. No, could be problematic in other ways. Um,
Uh,
What would happen had we killed like bountied all three? Like,
If
how
you had
bad?
if you had just bountied all three, you guys would have gotten 30 grand. You guys would have gotten a point of notoriety apiece because you screwed the Johnson out of the job, and she would have been horrifically upset with you.
And if
Oh,
we would have
and
killed
then we
her,
would have killed her as well. So,
And then if you had killed her, that would have been a second point of notoriety all around, with potential other things coming back to haunt you. Because the shadows do enjoy talking, and your next job may be a meet with a Johnson that you never physically meet, because he can't trust you to not murder him. And it would have been significantly less money. I would have probably also still handed out the same amount of karma, because I told you I was going to kind of kickstart you guys a little bit. Um, that being said, let's talk real quick about working for the man and working for the people. There is a house rule in Shadowrun missions called working for the man and working for the people, where you're allowed to exchange 2,000 nuyen for 1 karma, or 1 karma for 2,000 nuyen, up to 5 times, or the run reward. Which means you guys could take 5 of that karma you just got, get 10,000 extra bucks. You could take 10,000 extra bucks, get 5 karma. But you can, if the run reward is only, say, 3 karma, you can't change more than 3 karma into nuyen. So if you guys want, you can refactor some of your rewards, given as some of you are more karma oriented, some of you are more nuyen oriented. However you want to do that. Just a little flavor on how you did it. How did you spend that time or money to get the other part?
Okay.
What if they attacked the Johnson? Bad things. The vampires wouldn't have done anything because they were under their induced dormancy. However, your fixers probably would have gotten pissed at you, mostly Hernando. He may have even not given you any more jobs because this is the second time you worked for him, and you screwed him over. So you may have been stuck going back to Cross's old fixer, who wasn't nearly as good as Hernando.
I wasn't thinking it was as not as good. It was that Cross felt like he wasn't getting the right jobs. I've got no idea how good the fixer is, but it'd probably be different work.
Yeah. He might have also sent Grinder after you. I mean, it's a troll barista. How terrifying could it be?
very,
Yeah,
it might have ended up as coffee, right?
Human coffee. And there's an order of vampire hunters out there who is probably more than a little upset in a couple of days. So.
Mm-hmm.
Can we send him an apology letter? Does that work in Shadowrun?
I mean, you can give it a shot.
You do you, man, but I'm not into that.
In
I mean,
terrible handwriting.
It could I don't know. He could not be a shitty vampire. He just got infected and they actually do love each other. It's a possibility.
Could be any number
Do you
of
want
things.
to? But there's an order of vampire hunters after us.
I mean, not after us specifically, just whoever took the box.
We're not vampires.
Oh wait, guess what? I'm not involved with that because I wasn't anywhere near the place. Okay, we're good. I don't have to write a letter.
Well, it's good to see where your loyalties lie.
I mean, I'll help you guys out. Don't get me wrong. It's just I don't have to worry about this.
But do you guys have any other questions, like mechanics wise, specifically Omega, because GM stuff.
Yeah. No, yeah, I get you. No. Although, yeah, actually, this is not obviously for this specifically, but is there like a cheat sheet of that I can look at for dice rolls, or should I be like making one of my own?
So what I do, and then there's actually a video of it on my channel. I use something called that I have been taught by another Shadowrun GM. It's a good friend of mine. The rule of 12. You start with 12, and then depending upon how competent the person is, the thing at what they're supposed to be doing.
Oh yeah.
Subtract
I
up
remember you telling
to,
me about
or
that.
subtract or add up to 4, and then it doesn't matter how they get to that dice pool. I talked about when I talked about it with you earlier with the host guy. It
Yeah.
was he had an intuition of 3 and he had a perception of 3 and he was giving you guys the stink eye, so he had an observant detail of +3. And let's say he had contacts with vision enhancement 1 that gets him 10 dice, or maybe he's intuition 5 and perception 3 with a vision specialization that gives him a dice pool of 10.
I
You know,
I get that much, but I was more talking about like for certain skills. Is there like because I know like rolling like that lifting there was body and strength. Should I just go through the core rule book and start?
there's 4
Okay.
of them. There's lifting carry, which is body plus strength. Judge intentions is intuition charisma. Composure is willpower charisma, and memory is logic willpower.
Yeah.
And as I
I mean, I
look
guess I
at
can look
your,
on Chummer.
it should have
Yeah.
it on Chummer
Yeah, I
somewhere,
see it. I
right up
see
at
it
the top.
now. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
it now.
Um, but yeah, no, they're right up there. They don't come into
Okay.
play very often, so um,
I was also looking for like stuff like active skills, like perceptions, and plus the skill.
that's just the thing you get over time,
Yeah.
and is also
Yeah.
wonderful to not pay attention to their attributes and stuff, to just make it up as you go, because as long as you are consistent and fair, like cranky old guy that gives you the stink eye at the host stand, about 10.
Oh, yeah, no, it was mostly about if like someone asked me like what do I roll for this skill?
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's
I would need to go check and hold up the game. But I guess I could look on here. That would work as well.
good news. Most of the skills on Chummer and Hero Lab have their stuff already mathed out to show
Yeah.
you your dice pool. Chummer is specifically says automatics, and then in little brackets next to it is agility, which makes it really easy.
Yep.
Hero Lab has the same kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I mean that's all I got for now.
Anybody else have any fun questions?
Did we get any like street cred or anything?
Not yet. Mostly because you will get 1 street cred because I handed out 10 karma. As long as
Yeah.
you don't transfer some of that karma into Nuyen, you will get a street cred out of just normal progression there. Which if you guys have purchases above like an availability of 6, let me know and we can roll it out. We can see what happens. You guys will have a couple of days at the very least for downtime. Is there anything you guys want to roll for, or know that you want to try and purchase we can do right now, or?
When do we have to pay our lifestyles again?
Not until at least after the next run, because
Okay.
your first month is covered under your character generation lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one would be after that.
Good news. I paid that off for 5 months.
Man,
Figured it was worth it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to turn the max of money into karma by working at the free clinic because I feel particularly skeezy by that transaction.
how likely will it be that the vampire returns with new missions?
Probably pretty likely.
Perhaps pretty likely. I mean, he has a name. His name is Vane.
Yeah, he's a named character. He's important.
And he's
How easy is it to get silver bullets?
You should know this, Grunk.
they're not terribly difficult to get. I don't know what the vampire's next mission will be, but you guys could probably expect a call from him sometime in the near future. I mean, he's definitely not your next job, because I already know who's going to be that. And
Okay.
I think I have an idea for the job after that, and then I definitely know your last job. I will probably talk to Omega over the coming week or so to see if he has any ideas for things that he wants to run, and see if I can start dropping in some story hints to them, because I put a couple of different things in here now. Like there was the troll that you guys all saw that you may recognize at a later time. Mr. Tanaka definitely drove by you, and you guys may be like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit." Um, Even Supervisor Lynn Tilly, uh, or Lynn Talley, sorry, um, may show back up because she had a name, right? That's how that works.
Yeah. Um, I actually do have one idea I was thinking of, but I'll shoot that at you later this week
Sure.
probably. Um,
I am
I was
off on
thinking of that for
Tuesday.
my first run.
Sure. Um,
Okay.
Are we
Shadowrun
going to
is
be
a.
adding?
Go ahead.
I was just asking, like, if Omega is going to start GMing, are we going to like add another player or?
If
That
y'all want to.
that will be up to you guys because I will most likely be gone by then. Like I'll stick around for one, or if you guys want me to stick around a little longer, I can stick around a little longer. But um,
Um, and I will say this: when I'm doing that, uh, Cross probably won't be coming along for anything. He'll either, depending on how things go, he'll either be dead or basically a contact if you need a driver.
yeah, that's
So
we'll see how that goes. And if you have
yeah,
somewhere you want Cross to go with that, we can talk about that too.
yeah, no, it's part of the idea.
Excellent. Because hopefully the idea is then that I will release you guys onto your own recognizance, and I will go and grab another couple of souls
Yeah.
and see what good I can do. Trying to be the change I want to see in the world, or a sucker.
So
Um,
somebody mentioned something earlier about shared lifestyles. Would it be possible for us to like buy a hangout as a lifestyle that had like a garage and stuff in there, a general like warehouse or something?
yes, the difficulty involved would be dependent upon where you wanted to get it and what kind of things you wanted to do and how much you wanted to set it up. From the looks of things, you got about 17 grand in potential team resources that you could spend on whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, so depending upon where you would want to set it up will depend upon um, how much of those resources it's going to cost. And if anybody from the Twitch chat has questions about the game or my crazy idea or Shadowrun in general, please toss them in there for the next couple of minutes. Um, the I totally thought I had something there and it fell apart completely in my hands, my brain hands.
Uh, I had a question. Like, if we
Sure.
wanted to have like secure packages across the city or something, like hideouts for our
Mhm.
weapons or whatever, cash. How does that exactly work?
So that would probably just be dependent upon how many you wanted, a combined like lifestyle payment. Like that could easily be a extra secure modifier on a lifestyle. Or that could be a dependence quality if you wanted to set it up that way that is a percentage increase on your lifestyle. Anything you wanted to put specifically in those stashes would have to be bought and paid for separately. Um, so if you wanted to get a fake sin, a comlink, um, a gun or two, a change of clothes, that kind of thing, that would all have to be bundled together on its own and kind of be like, all right, here's 5 grand. This is what I'm buying and putting in this general location.
Okay.
Yes, you could buy the fake sin and buy the sin a lifestyle. Um, the problem in that situation is then it's like there's that apartment down the street that nobody ever goes in or out of. Where if you just like buy the sin, a comic, and a couple other things, you can go get a an automated locker at a bus stop and just have it
Yeah,
set
that's
up
what
to
more I.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking actually.
I mean, it seems like you're super paranoid to worry about having to run. Uh, somebody asked, is
I
there
mean, we just
such a
let a fucking vampire loose, man. Come on.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not unfounded, but hey, vampires ain't so bad. Uh, somebody asked, is there such a thing as too many guns? My pistol adept carried about 6 of them on her at most times. I often use the picture of Meryl from Trigun for her icon because it was Derringer Meryl, and it was great. And then she died, and it got way more interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope you guys had fun.
Oh, we did. I did at
Yeah.
least.
Fucking jumping out of windows.
Oh man.
Silver fucking bullets.
I couldn't believe that either. That was
Who fucking
insane.
does that?
Like, I was like, you're shitting me. And I look at a sheet and it's like, nope. Silver bullets, 10 of them. I'm like, all right.
I'm
You
about to like. I'm about to like get like a drum mag for my fucking LMG now. Just fill them with silver bullets.
Just
Yeah, I got a Super Warhawk with an ammo skip system. I'm like, what kind of bullets can I get for this?
all
And then
of
I'm
them.
like, oh, silver bullets. Exactly.
So yeah, no, what kind of run do you guys want to do next time?
Well, mostly because Rico and Splatter didn't get to do much. Something more.
Something with a little murder?
Yeah, something with not like straight up wet work, but maybe somebody comes up, clear a gang out. I don't know, but because like I felt like they didn't get to do much.
Oh, I was happy this game. Don't worry, guys. I enjoyed myself.
It's one of the problems sometimes
Yes.
with being a muscle.
Yeah, it comes with the territory. But like honestly, even I had quite a lot of fun and wasn't expecting a vampire at all.
It was so great because it all worked out to the ridiculous movie role that he made. And it was like, it's like, oh yeah, no, you're convinced it's vampires. And then I'm sitting here thinking to myself, oh, it's totally vampires the whole time.
And I was just RPing it. I'm like, yeah, it's vampires, guys. Come on.
Nobody expected it.
I'm just wondering, I just thought it was funny that whole time of us trying to load each one of those into the van, and we're struggling. And then once we get there, I just levitate, not breaking a sweat.
Or the fact that you levitate them and Rico.
Yeah.
Well, no, it kind of makes sense because you don't need to show off the fact that you're a mage because, who hires a mage to move boxes?
Well, I mean, evidently they're very good at it.
Yeah. I was in a game one time where these guys dropped a tree across a road to roadblock us, and my mage got 7 hits on a 4/7 levitate spell to lift the tree, and then dangled it over top of them. It was great. It's like, how many dice does a 1,400 kilogram tree give me for my intimidation roll?
That is brilliant.
So did he drop it?
Nah,
Or
I
they
didn't
kill
kill them with it. So for a quick story time, I was on my my shapeshifter, and she recognized one of the guys as one of the poachers that tried to kidnap her and her cubs. So it got really interesting when one of the other mages there mind probed him and found out information of where her cubs were. So it was like, all right, this is how I get my cubs back.
Oh.
Oh yeah, no, it was good fun, but it's the kind of thing where like in Shadowrun, shifters are animals. So after she accomplished her goal, it made no sense for her to stick around in Seattle, so she left.
Oh,
Makes sense.
that kind of sucks.
I mean, it kind of sucks, but it was definitely like her cubs were being sold at illegal animal auctions. So like there was definitely some like, man, get back in there, it's here, kind of moments getting them back. She did also, savagely murder the people who bought her cubs because, animal.
Makes sense.
Imagine waking up with like a 300-pound mountain lion sitting on your chest. Like, sup?
How many bonus dice did you get for that intimidation roll?
There was no intimidation roll. It was like they woke
Light your
up,
face.
saw her, she ate them.
Yep.
Was she at least cultured in the way she ate them? Like, barbecue them first, then eat them?
No, no. She consumed their flesh raw.
Makes sense.
Savage.
She's a wild animal.
with some brains.
Yeah, no. She did end up going to college and buying off Uneducated, but she
Oh.
hated it.
That's awesome.
She was in like the remedial 101 classes or 98 classes because like she's like, why do I need to learn this? This is dumb. All right, so if nobody has any other questions, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks guys, this was fun. I'll see what I can do that's a little bit more murder oriented.
But not too much. 'Cause,
Not too
you
much
know,
more murder. It probably
if
won't
it-
be Vane quite yet.
Even if
But-
it's like just roughing someone up,
Ooh, yeah, that's more
just
fun.
using their skills.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll have something. I can't wait for the last one though. It's gonna be so good. But yeah, no. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Good night,
This was
guys.
awesome.
Have a good night.
Yep.